responding to a 911 call at her home. ABC News learning Sean Grayson, who pulled the trigger, was discharged from the U.S. Army for serious misconduct in 2016 after...
Bruh. He's a psychopath.
Well, we posted every Friday. See them corner emojis, then you know wild. Jaded Gemini till the day I die. And I'ma talk my shit, but I don't play both sides.
A least bit of sense about this, bro.
Right.
Because
you said nobody in the media that's been talking about this so much, that's been talking about this recently, that is a black person who is a token in their community. Like you said, I'm just rephrasing because it wasn't recording.
No,
hasn't
like,
been talking about this.
On some real, I'll repeat it again. Nobody on the side that usually is like, oh yeah, man, that's justifiable, is saying this is justifiable, but a lot of token people, it seems.
I agree. I've seen a lot of multiple races of people, genders, ages say that this was horrible, this was disgusting, this was racist.
No need.
But for some reason, there are some tokens, like you said, that are trying to come on here talking about, no, Black America, cough, cough, Candace. No, Black America, don't fall for the bait. Don't fall. Someone is not here no more. Talking about don't fall for the bait. Bruh, Candace Owens
acts like she doesn't have a black mother or a black grandma or a great
or
grandma.
have any black men in her family.
Wow, bro.
Like,
or like she doesn't have eyes.
Like she doesn't have eyes.
Like she doesn't have eyes, bro. It's really quite sad because the wrong cop that doesn't know that you're Candace Owens would do the same thing to you,
right,
if given the same situation. And I think that's the main thing that these token people need to realize. And that's why I always say, I guess you're black first, because to the wrong motherfucker that don't know who you is, nigga, you're just any other.
Right.
nigga,
go in a
bro.
town that Elon didn't bless, where they don't have an internet connection and they only watch freaking Jerry Springer.
Go take your Jonathan Majors time machine back to Lovecraft country and go to that sundown town.
No, for real.
See if they're down with your ideals and your Uncle Tom, and see if they give a fuck about that shit.
It's
and
crazy.
Jim Crow was not even 100 years ago,
It
bro.
wasn't.
And people love to act like they just don't know why black people are just so off the chain in this country. It's not like niggas was slaves less than fucking 400 years ago, but what they say, oh, get it together. Or like niggas couldn't even use the same bathroom less than 100 years ago.
I was about to say, my grandmother was born the year when they integrated schools. And even though it became legal the year that she was born, people didn't start doing it until like 5 years later.
My grandma and a lot of y'all grandma out here that's watching this video, birth certificate.
If they were born in the United States of freaking America,
says Negro on it.
In the words of Mama D. Yes.
Or colored.
Like, bro. Or colored, right.
Like Tyler said. But
so
jive on.
I don't see how people can say that this wasn't anything other than a byproduct of America and how freaking, because what were police at one point? And we're going to get all into that on the Patreon, because I know this is a highlight. We're not trying to get too deep. And besides the main point here, but I just don't understand the justification. There is no justification. Even Candace was like, the cops are human. Humans make mistakes. This is not a mistake you can afford to make. You're part of your job description is being a responsible gun owner. There was 30 seconds from when that woman, who now we know has paranoid schizophrenia, and the only reason she called y'all was to confirm whether or not her delusion was real and there was really a man in her house. There was 30 seconds from when she said, I rebuke you in the name of... 30 seconds. Boom. What the hell did she do?
How about do your research on the cop that you dick riding before you just give them the stamp of approval like they just make mistakes? Because wasn't this cop, like, did he have like a great background? Did he have a great record? Was he an A+ cop?
He didn't even have his camera on. That is not an A+ cop.
Oh, wow. Wow.
It's horrible. And then I found out that initially they blamed it on a mysterious person.
Oh, slavery ended less than 200 years ago.
Yeah,
or
slavery went on for 400
generations.
Yeah.
What would make somebody act up? Oh, I don't know, enslaving their fucking great-great-grandmother and great-great-great-grandmother, and like,
you know how history is crazy? One of Sonya Massey's ancestors was also lynched by police officers in the same city.
That sounds like some root work.
And then one of her younger family members just recently died as well.
I think it was like a
nephew or
curse,
something.
Bro.
And the fact it keeps happening by law enforcement, like what? Isn't it crazy?
Like
that
that
just is a testament, though, for anybody that swears like slavery in the U.S. wasn't worse than everywhere else. Like the fact that y'all don't even know that lady's history before you came into the door. The fact we all didn't know that. You know, like, I don't know. This is just horrible.
But people are so quick to take the side without looking into it, without looking at the video, without, like, people always get caught up in, you know, the story, what the media is trying to portray, but they don't realize, like, bro, like, y'all not tired of this shit, bro. We still can't even acknowledge that this is an issue.
Right.
They're trying to not acknowledge that this is an issue. I mean, bro.
And then he called her a bitch. He laughed after he did it, and then he called her a bitch. He said that bitch was gonna throw some water at me. Like, look at him. Like, what the hell?
You call the police to try to get some help, bro, and they fucking gun you down in the kitchen, bro. That shit crazy, bro.
And then there's also I saw somebody else say online that when she said, I rebuke you, she was probably saying it in like, I know you fucking lying, because he was like, don't throw that pot of water at me. Like, and she's like, hey, yo. And she even said, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not trying to do none of this. And I know the other officers were like, what the fuck? Why did you do that?
No, you know, another thing is he said, and I read this on NPR because I was at, you know, work when this happened. I was just, you know, seeing what the hell was going on. He said, there's no point of even trying to save her. She gone. While this lady fighting for her life, you just shot her in her fucking kitchen after she called you. You said, do not try to save her. She gone. Like she's a fucking like a horse that broke her leg that you shot her some shit.
Nah, because he know if they would have got her some help, she would have been able to fight her case. Because I didn't know until recently that he lied.
You know, it's
they
crazy.
All lied.
The other officer actually did try to fucking render her some help.
He was like, oh, man, my body cam is on. And he was like, oh, my body cam off.
Yeah, I bet. But nah, the other cop, bro, he actually did try to save her life, bro. He tried to render her some aid.
No, because I know they must have been like shocked. Like, what did you do? Not he worked at 6 different departments. Oh, nobody want to fuck with you.
Yeah, that's what I was alluding to.
Wow.
But Candace Owens and all them would rather
Cops
just
make
push
mistakes.
a narrative.
Girl, shut your
than actually look into the person that you're co-signing just because it aligns with your. So that can you press D? At what point are we going to acknowledge that that's not only that's shitty human behavior, bro, but that makes you a terrible person? That no matter what happens, as long as it doesn't go with your little views you're getting paid to spew and shook and jive for a coon for, you're just going to, no matter what happens. No matter what happens.
Apartments within 4 years.
This is
Warning,
freaking
that
insane.
video is tough to watch.
What do you need help with?
Nothing. I just
Trigger warning for anyone that has
This
not
morning,
seen
new
this.
details about the deputy now charged with the killing of Illinois mother of 2, Sonya Massey, after
This nigga got
He is
kicked
a
out of the
psychopath.
army, bro. Why didn't you just go join the mercenaries and go fight in Ukraine or something since you love
a
fucking killing
psychopath.
so much, bro? Like, or you love serious misconduct because you don't work for 6 agencies
Like,
and
what
you
is
got kicked
wrong
out of
with
the
you?
fucking armed forces, bro.
Like, very demonic.
less than 2 years of service and
Less
held
than
6
2
different police jobs in the last 4 years.
Sheriff's
Wow.
office.
Body camera video showing Grayson and his partner at Massey's home
And
after
this
she
is why
reported
they
a
say
prowler.
they need special
After the
units
deputies enter
for
the house.
people that got mental illnesses and shit. Because you got this dude that got kicked out of the army after 2 years.
And playing shuffling, what is it called? Musical chairs.
Coming to this lady that has mental illnesses house, apparently trying to play psychologist, jury
No,
judge,
that's a
and
good point.
executioner.
There definitely needs to be something else instead of sending police to do mental health type stuff, because what is this? And then, like, let us know in the chat, is it not part of your protocol to do like a background check before you pop up to someone's house for your safety? Like, that's why I'm like, you didn't know what was going on? Man, this is messed
Bro,
up.
when you're a nigga that just worked in 6 departments in 4 years, Naja,
He don't
I
give a
don't think
damn.
that he
Yeah,
was
he don't
looking at.
care.
I'm pretty sure your average department, and this is something Candace Owens could have argued. Your average police department employee would have did this research. Don't demonize the police as a whole. Hell, the other officer gave aid to the lady, but nah, man.
Yeah, Candace Owens
They
is a
make
trip here,
mistakes.
'cause we just
No,
keep
they don't
calling
make
her- talking
mistakes.
about
This
her
dude, like, is a
water
mistake.
short, yes, she's acting erratically, and there is a situation in which she could have thrown the boiling water at the police officers.
Bro, and she also could have went in the drawer and stabbed him with knives. She also could have went in the drawer, stabbed him with a fucking fork. She also could have grabbed his finger and put it in an electric socket. She also could have went on top of the roof and
That
jumped off.
frail ass
Like,
lady
girl, are
was
you
not
dumb?
throwing no water that
Like,
far,
just
bro.
because someone has free will does not mean you could put all this stuff on her. She did not grab the pot. She didn't do nothing. Like, really, bro? She literally squatted down and said, "Please don't hurt me." That's all she did.
No,
she did not
had
touch
the pot
nothing.
in her hand because the fucking stove
No,
was
baby.
on.
She didn't have nothing in her hand by the time he said, "Don't throw that water on me." She stepped back.
No, I
and she was
seen
like, "Oh,
that.
I rebuke you in the name
No,
of
but
Jesus.
before
I am
that,
sorry."
She
Like,
did have the pot in her hand
Yeah,
because
'cause you know
they
how you
had
touch
a
stuff.
conversation
right,
about
you know
how the
you,
motherfucking
you're
stove
just,
was
you know,
on.
doing small talk and stuff. She did, but as soon as he said, "Don't throw that water at me, I'll shoot you," she was like, "Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I am not even trying to." Like, what the hell, Candace?
Bro, this bitch just said everything that made sense just to give a rebuttal.
Yep.
Again, you just
So she's
mentioned
very
the taser.
aware.
You're
Yeah, she's
aware.
very aware
No,
of-
that.
right.
Update. Candace Owens is aware of how fucked up this shit is, and she just don't care because it doesn't align with her political beliefs and it
Right.
doesn't pay her bills.
Right.
She's not black first.
No.
She's a coon first.
She's a clout demon first, because it's like whatever she got to say to get her little pay-per-view
You know she's sucking
thing
somebody's
going.
dick in the background too.
Oh, I already know, and it's not her husband.
Nasty bitch.